Hi, and welcome to Healing Tools for Life. Today's chat is going to take us into mindfulness. I was having a conversation not too long ago with someone, and during that conversation, the topic of mindfulness came up. And I was told basically that, it can get really challenging. It could be difficult, and they were doing it. They had found a practice years ago, but they had to keep doing it. And when they stopped doing it, they found that things just completely shifted back. And by that with that conversation, I actually felt that that this individual thought it was difficult. And during our conversation, I just mentioned to him, I said, mindfulness is not something that is difficult. Yes, it's been practiced by Eastern peoples for thousands of years, but it's on a journey of mastery, and we're all on it now. We're all going through the darkness and into the light body that we are. We are a light soul, a beautiful being of light. And that's what we're learning to embrace. So as we're walking this journey towards that beautiful self that we really are inside, we find that we're going through certain challenges. And these challenges are bringing about these thought processes and from our past, our ancestry, and our lineage, and they're all coming up for us to acknowledge and heal. And so if we take time to become really aware of our thoughts and where they're coming from and how they make us feel, this will go a long way towards that light at the end of the tunnel that we are. So the thoughts that we're having, so let's say you have a thought and it's really empowering. You feel like you're on cloud 23, you're flying high, you're happy, your heart is filled with bliss. Then you know that this is coming from your heart and from your entourage, your guides, the masters, whoever you work with, to your highest good. And this is where you want to stay, in your heart center. However, there needs to be a balance. Never forget that. So what if by any chance you're feeling very depressed, anxious, frustrated, angry, those are not empowering feelings. So you need to ask yourself, is this coming from a past experience perhaps? It could be a past life, your ancestry and lineage again. Or you could be psychically attacked, overshadowed, or it could even be coming from an unseen influence. So you need to really go and be aware of that thought. And then stop for a moment. I take a deep breath, however it works for you, but ask yourself, is this mine? And if you get a yes, it's yours, and it's not positive, then you know it's from your ego and it's from a past experience. Or it could be a recent one, who knows? Then you acknowledge that and say, okay, I am aware of this feeling. I'm aware how it makes me feel. And then do the process by letting it go. However, it can come from, as I mentioned prior to, negative influences, overshadowing, psychic attacks, you name it. It's in the unseen world. You don't know. So if your higher self or your heart says, no, it's not mine, then you just say that. I am aware of these feelings, but they're not mine. And send them back towards that plane. This is mindfulness. It's by taking the time to become aware of the thought, the processes, and where they're coming from. It's that simple. We are not conditioned or taught how to do this. And we in the Western world think it's a very difficult process, but in fact, it's very simple. And once you know this and you start practicing it for yourself, it becomes, after 21 days, if you're doing it, I challenge you, do that for 21 days. See how it feels for you. And then see how you feel. Because it takes that long to create a new habit. And once it becomes a habit, it's second nature. You don't even have to think because it is a part of you. And it will help you navigate that dark night of the soul, those difficult challenges that you're being faced with on a daily basis. This will help propel you forward and right back within you into your heart center. Where if and when, when people say, just surrender to God or Jesus or whatever you want to call it, just surrender. That's what it means to surrender. It's to become mindful, but what I like to say is to become heartful. Once you're in and living in your heart at that beautiful, blissful place, then you can see that things will get easier. Just give yourself an opportunity, and you'll see a big difference in your life too. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste.